What's up, blockchain? This is Nick from TruthBlitz, and I got back with me CryptoBlood. So what's going on, man? All right. So what's been new? What's going on?
Oh man, I can't call it. You see me in the webbot room. It's crazy. We've got like nearly 1,000 members, and in the Telegram chat room. So
yep.
we're doing great, man. We're doing great.
Yeah, I pop in there. You know, I get super busy, but I try to pop in, you know, maybe once a day or whatever. And, you know, I had a good time in there last night.
Yeah.
It was a good time, for sure.
Yeah, we had some very interesting conversations.
Yeah, it was, to say the least. It was interesting. But, yeah, real good group of people, though. I like it a lot. Definitely a good thing. And now, you know, Mike B's in there, too. So,
yeah, Mike B is
real
in
cool.
there.
Real cool. Yeah, so, oh, real quick before we really get going on cryptos, man. So Mayweather, McGregor.
Ooh, Mayweather or McGregor? I'm gonna go with Mayweather just because he's promoting the fight, and his pride. I don't think he would let. He wants to go out undefeated. I think.
Yeah.
His pride. He's a very prideful type of guy. So I would love to see McGregor win, but I'm going with Mayweather, baby.
Yeah, I agree. That's who. If I was a betting man.
If I was a betting man, Mayweather.
Yep. So yeah, a lot of crazy stuff in the crypto space since the last time we did an interview, man. Things are ever evolving. It's so much excitement and so much action in this space. It's just, you know, from one day to the next. So.
It's hard to keep up with everything.
It really is. It's a full-time job, really. So, where do you want to start? You want to talk about Monero? I know we briefly talked about Monero.
Oh yeah, Monero. That's a good one. So Monero is one of those anonymous coins. I started investing in Monero when it was in its 30s and rolled it up, and I actually sold about half my position at 48. 46 or something like that, and then from there I started selling out a little bit more. So I've got about a third of my initial investment that I made in Monero I still have, and man, we have skyrocketed. I just can't believe the move we've seen, and it's I would say to the credit of South Korea. The exchange out there called, I think, BitHum or BitThumb. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, we're seeing a huge increase, and I think it's really FOMO from the South Korean market, cryptocurrency market, really getting it pumping it up, you know.
Yeah, that's what drove up the Bitcoin Cash price. It seems like the South Korean market has a real huge influence on prices, like a huge influence. I mean, because we saw, you know, but not even a week ago or about a week ago, Bitcoin Cash was at 0.067 around there at its low. Well, not at its low, but that's where it was for a while. It was around that area, and then within 2 days, it was 0.1. It went up to 0.23, I believe, at one point. I mean, that is, right. And of course, I sold my position off a lot lower than that because I didn't foresee it shooting up so quick. And now, you know, it's back down.
No one does.
Yeah.
No one does.
So,
you know, it's hindsight trading. You know, so you just gotta I always take profits on the way up. That's what my video was about this morning. Like, you have to take profits on the way up.
Right.
And sell to the people who think it's going higher.
Right.
You know, trading is a zero-sum game, so you never want to be the person, the dumb one, you know, the dumb money. So you always, if you're selling to someone, that means that person feels that the price is low and it's going to go higher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and vice versa. If I'm selling to you, I think we're at the top. I'm done. I'm out of here. So it's a zero-sum game, and you just want to take profits occasionally on the way up, and then buy occasionally dollar cost average on the way down. That's how you make money, people.
Yep. And I regret because, you know, in the beginning I was more of a hodl guy. You know, I got the positions that I wanted, And I said I'm gonna hold them for the long term and see what happens. And then I regret like Veritasium when it was at 1.1 ETH for a little bit. I regret not selling then because yes, I want to hold that long term, but I could have sold that. And this has happened not just with Veritasium; it's happened with most of my positions, most of my holdings. I could have sold that and then bought back in at half the price and doubled my position. So same thing with Populous, and not even just that, others too. I think the only one that really
you do have to kind of make a decision, right? Or at least allocate a portion of your portfolio to just hodling,
right,
so that you don't, people don't drive themselves crazy. So, take a stance on your position as far as your strategy.
Yep.
If you're gonna trade 50%, whatever the percentage is, just trade that amount of your portfolio and leave the other half or whatever, the remaining half, to just sitting there, because you'll drive yourself crazy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I just wish, I wish that there was I did a few things differently. And granted, yeah, I could have doubled my position in some of these, but I don't just hold any shitty coin, you know what I mean? So these are ones that I believe have a future, such as Populous and Veritasium, and like I said, there are others too that I hold. But so yeah, I could have doubled my position. Did I know that for sure at the time when it was at its high? No, but but I'm not worried about it because that price is going back up. Populous is going back up because those are two companies that are actually doing things. So buy the rumor, sell the news. I've noticed that whenever news comes out about something, the price shoots up, and then the traders sell off and the price comes down. So,
yeah.
So I mean,
to kind of get back to the whole Monero thing in South Korea, did you hear the news about Centra and them doing some deal with let me see, with I think it's a company or an exchange out in South Korea, man.
Centra, the one that Cliff went in on?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So they aren't listed on an exchange?
No, you can trade them on EtherDelta.
Right.
Bitset. Yeah, Bitset. It's let me see, one of the largest blockchain investment marketing companies in Korea.
So they're going to be listing Centra?
I think they're going to be, okay, it says they're going to be partnering with them and expanding their global reach in the Asia market. So, as much as we didn't, like Centra out the gate, if someone is looking for value and under the radar stuff, I would probably look at Centra. I'm thinking about it myself.
Wow.
Trying some tokens.
That's
because if they can penetrate that market, man, you see what South Korea can do.
Right, yeah.
I'm like, man, this is some under the radar type stuff. So it made me think about it because we were talking about Monero and South Korea.
Right. That'd be some karma. That'd be some karma right there. Sam Sharma would be look who's laughing in the end,
Oh yeah, he's already probably laughing to the bank now.
Right. But you know what though? I think I believe that if he didn't get that kick in the ass from Cliff High, things might not have gone. And I could be wrong, but they might not have turned out this way. I think Cliff High gave him the kick in the ass he needed.
Yeah, I mean, so he seems to with he's humbled himself and brought on Cliff High to kind of, I don't know what capacity, but
some kind of advisory capacity.
Yeah, some advisory capacity, helping him, and yeah, you'll be surprised how the universe works, man.
Yeah.
It can really kick you and embarrass you to only help you if you're open to it. So maybe he is, man. I hope so. And the best to him for sure.
Right, and that's kind of what happened to me. Literally literally, you know, I've only been in crypto since February of this year, and you know, my holdings, my positions were nothing to write home about. But I had I had, you know, a decent little piece of you know, more so than the general public. Let's put it that way. So, you know, even just a month ago, a few weeks ago, even, you know, I kind of hit like a rough patch in my life. My job closed down, so a lot of uncertainties, and like you said, the universe, man, because of cryptocurrencies, like you know, like I'm okay today. You know, like I'm
man, that's it's the yin and yang. You know,
Yep.
it'll balance out somehow, some way.
right.
For the grand scheme narrative that we have here in this reality. So, yeah, kudos to him and his team. It seems like they're trying to make headway in Korea. That's awesome, man.
I'm gonna have to look at that on. Are they listed on CoinMarketCap yet? Or let's take a
Yeah,
look.
I think so.
Let's take a quick
I know
look.
I saw him on Ether Delta.
Centra CTR.
They
Yeah.
got it at $5.21. That can't be right.
Is that? Yeah. Is that the ticker CTR?
Yeah. That's it.
Wow. That's crazy.
If Korea jumps on anything, bro,
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Just like a couple days ago, it was it looks like it was like $1.
it's trading on for some. I don't know where they're pulling this price for Centra, Ether Delta. I don't know how they're getting $5.
That's no.
I pull up Ether Delta now.
How much Ethereum is it trading at? Is it because I got .0157 here on CoinMarketCap.
I'm getting ready to tell you right now. Whoa. This can't be right. So the sale, this can't be right. So the order book is showing 0.95 ETH.
That
No. I'm not on the right one. I'm sorry. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, hold on. CTR. I don't know why I went to. I can't find it here. Well, you keep talking. I'll find it.
yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, that's crazy. You know what? It's funny because in the back of my mind, especially when Cliff High said that he was going to kind of be helping him out, you know, for karma points, and you know, after he smashed him on that interview, I said to myself, kind of in the back of my mind, like, you know what? Maybe I should just buy a few of these just as a what the hell, you know what I mean, for the hell of it. And
Yeah.
now I wish I did,
I know.
because
man.
literally just it we're talking, what's today? Wow, no, today that price went up like that today. Like we're talking a 5 times it went up today, it looks like.
Yeah, I gotta locate this token, man, because I remember it being on. I didn't know it was on CoinMarketCap, but I did remember seeing it on Ether Delta at some point.
Let me check real quick.
While you do that, yeah, so I think you said in the pre-interview you wanted to talk about Ethereum's hard fork coming up, right?
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, by the way, I don't see Centra listed on Ether Delta for some reason.
Yeah, I don't either.
That's
I
weird.
don't know.
There's been others that I couldn't find on there too, which is strange. But Yeah, that hard fork. I got it brought up right here, the Cointelegraph article. Um, I think it's a real good thing. It looks like it's going to become more anonymous, and the transactions.
Yeah, so that's one of the upgrades, more anonymity.
Right. But they're also going to proof of stake, correct?
It's one step closer to proof of stake.
Okay.
Yep. So dependency on mining and stuff won't that whole thing. You won't have that. The nodes and stuff will be more of I think it's a better position to be in for a coin like or a token like Ethereum.
Yeah.
So what I'm excited about is they said they're going to make it an easier way to do to code on the blockchain.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what that entails. So yeah, I think that's going to be good, man. It's a hard fork, so we're going to have another split.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We'll see. I don't think this split, though. I don't think it's going to be. I don't think there's any beef though with this one. I think mostly everyone is going to go to the new token.
So this is going to split into two tokens, and basically, the new one is going to be the main token, the main Ethereum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Believe, yeah.
And that's pretty much what happened last time with Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. So, this is going to cause prices to shoot up.
The fork with that scenario you're talking about was a little different because we had two conflicting views within the community, and they kind of went separate ways.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, I did know that. So that's good. There's no beef this time. Because I know with the Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash thing right now is just nobody knows which one is going to be the dominant force.
Right.
We've talked about this ourselves amongst each other before, like that we both of the thought that Bitcoin Cash is closer to the Satoshi white paper, the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto, whoever he was. That Bitcoin Cash is more aligned with that vision, and I have noticed it seems like when SegWit happened, Bitcoin transactions got a lot faster, but now it seems like they're getting slower again. A lot of the miners are switching over to Bitcoin Cash because it's a lot more profitable to mine Bitcoin Cash. So it's really kind of hard to say which one's gonna. Right now it's Bitcoin because, especially for people who are just getting in, big money people, they're going to go with Bitcoin. Bitcoin is right. Bitcoin. So, but that could change, and we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I hear it's a pretty big war that's going on behind the scenes. And I keep hearing little snippets of information about it. Omar Bam, he pretty much stays on top of that stuff, and he'll come out with a video and say something when he gets news or sees an article. But I'm curious to know. I mean, I feel like I should at least buy some Bitcoin Cash to just hodl and ride it out.
Should.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. It's really not a bad idea whatsoever. I should have did it when it was a little bit lower because it is rising back up, but I am going to do it because I don't want to get left behind.
And you've got, Bitcoin actually. This wasn't talked about as much, but SegWit actually activated on Bitcoin 2 days ago.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I meant. SegWit 2x.
No, SegWit 2x hasn't activated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, SegWit activated on the blockchain.
Okay, that's right.
Which does bring a few more features and anonymity to there as well. Possibility for anonymity. Now in November, we're going to have the split between occur with SegWit and SegWit 2x.
Okay. Yep. See that? So that. And then another
there's
token.
A possibility to actually have a fourth coin.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting, man. I don't know.
That's really kind of making it. It's hard to say. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. So by November, we'll definitely have 3 coins.
Right.
3 different coins for sure.
And this is splitting. Bitcoin itself is splitting again, correct? Bitcoin Cash is its own thing. Bitcoin is splitting again.
Bitcoin Cash
just so everybody
is its own
knows.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Bitcoin Cash is its own thing. Bitcoin that we know now is going to be splitting again. You're going to have the SegWit version and then SegWit 2X version.
That's. Have to wait and see what happens. It's you know, if it's anything like what happened with Bitcoin Cash, people made a lot of money when that first started trading and that price started shooting up. People made tons and tons of money if they're traders. Because I know the first price I was watching on Bittrex when it went live, and the first price I think was at like a 0.042 BTC, and that thing went up like, I don't know, 4 times, 5 times very quickly. So people made a lot of money. So I'd like to see that again because I kind of missed my shot with that one.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it'll be, yeah, you may have another opportunity. Like I said, they're going to end up being in the one that the fourth coin is really a version of Bitcoin that is replay resistant.
Okay.
To eliminate or protect from replay attacks. So you'll have, you know, Bitcoin Core, which is what we know now, split into Bitcoin Core and SegWit 2X, those two. And SegWit 2X is refusing to implement Bitcoin replay attack resistant protocol in there. SegWit 2X is refusing to do that. Bitcoin Cash has that.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin Core doesn't, and SegWit 2X that group is refusing to. So what will have to happen is, what will probably happen is that Bitcoin Core will end up splitting again to create the Bitcoin Core replay.
And I know this has been like a topic of conversation amongst people who, you know, because one of the good things about Bitcoin is it's capped at 21 million. No more can be created. So a lot of people are saying, well, this is what they're doing to get around, you know, to get around capping it. You know what I'm saying? I've heard Bix Weir talk about it. To get around the cap, so it basically it's not cap. I know, I've heard him, and that's not his position.
That doesn't.
That's.
I mean, it doesn't. They're separate coins.
Right.
They're totally separate coins, and I don't think that's a way for them. Why would they want to get around the cap?
Well,
cap is beneficial for everyone holding it.
Yeah, and that's. I have to watch the video again to see exactly what he said. But it's basically what he was talking about. Is it worries people who were thinking about buying into Bitcoin, people who are newer to cryptos, because.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Now that for sure, I think is can be a possible PR issue with Bitcoin.
Right.
But short term, not long term.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about it because I pay enough attention to, hopefully I would hope know, which one is going to, we pay attention, so we get news that normal people don't get before it goes out, to CNBC. So hopefully we'll be able to know ahead of time which one we should put our money on. I mean, right now for me it's just Bitcoin Core, but we'll see what happens. It's just too many forks, man. It's getting hard to keep up with it all.
It is. Too many forks, not enough plates.
Yeah. Right. So I want to talk about Let me see. We talked about Centra. Let's talk about OMG.
OMG. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
That's, man.
They're actually clever for using that ticker or token symbol.
Yeah, it's catchy.
Some subconscious, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that wasn't on accident.
When it really pops, people are like, "Oh my God," you know what I mean? Like, "Oh my God."
It's funny. I saw Omar Bam's one of his tweets when the price really started shooting up. He said, "Them OMG token gains got me like OMG."
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that whole thing is going to, even from a social media, like just, PR perspective, is going to be crazy. But the token should be definitely taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
They have a real world footprint already. They have a market share in that space. They have a brick and mortar locations. Like, they're doing their thing, bro. And I actually put a decent amount of cash into OMG. Unfortunately, I didn't do it when it went from a couple, 20 cents or whatever up to where 80 cents to where it is now.
Right.
But I bought it at about $7.65.
Yep.
So
I was still buying at $8
already.
I wish I would have listened to Omar, because he was talking about it when it was, a couple bucks. And
oh man.
Yeah.
Didn't even really know about it then.
Now
so many tokens, man.
I know. And that's Thailand. That's basically out of Thailand, correct? That's who's really the country that's really all this stuff is going on with. I think Thailand kind of adopted it and is using OMG.
Right.
So
right.
And the other good thing is Vitalik Buterin is involved with that project. And it's not just, I noticed a lot of these Ethereum-based tokens, they will say, Vitalik Buterin is an advisor, and he's really not. You know what I mean? And I don't know how they can even get away with it, but this has been talked about a lot. And he's not an advisor on hardly any of these projects, maybe a couple here and there. To a limited extent, but he is actually involved with the OMG project with Omizago. So that in itself, if anybody watching doesn't know who he is, that is the creator of Ethereum. So he is
big, man. Again, just association alone for me is enough to, if someone is willing to put their name and their rep behind something, it's got to be good. I'm saying someone that is of that much importance in the community.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I got to roll with that, man, and I got to hodl that for a good minute. I got my client in there. I'm going to get my pops. I'm going to get pops into OMG probably next week.
Okay.
Transition him over from Coinbase. I've got him up like 43% with his initial investment. So.
How long has he been in it?
I got pops in about a month and a half ago.
Okay. I've been telling my parents, and I told my father maybe a couple months ago, I said, you should really think about putting some money in and, getting into cryptos, and he doesn't know anything about it. And he's like, yeah, maybe I'll put a little bit in, see what happens. And then he's never, if I don't bring it up again, he's never going to do it. And my mother.
That's how it was with me.
Now my mother sees it, that I'm making some money, and she's like, you need to tell me more about this. What do I do? So.
Yeah, my pops, he told him about Bitcoin when it was at 450, 480 range.
Yep.
I just kept telling him that, come on, get into some of this Bitcoin.
Yep.
What's that? Don't worry about it. If you trust me, I'm going to do right by your money. Just give me some of your money, and I'll put it into Bitcoin. Never did it. And so I had to actually force him to invest into Bitcoin. I said, Dad, I'm on my way. I'm coming over. Have your debit card ready. We're gonna sign up with a Coinbase account. It took like an hour and a half.
Right.
Got him all set up, and I forced him, man. I forced him to do it, and now he's good. So you're probably gonna have to do that with your pops, man.
Yeah, I probably am. Well, see, the thing is, he lives in Florida, so. But
okay.
Yeah, but I'm sure I can get him to do it. I know my wife's stepfather, he wants to get in, and he wants so I'm gonna be helping him get in the next week or so. He talked to somebody who he knows that is in, just to kind of get a second opinion, and he knows all about the stuff, and he said it's the best thing you can do. The smartest thing you could do is get involved with this. So he wants me to get him in, maybe get a couple Ethereum and just get him started in the game. So I'm gonna help him with that.
I got him started with I call it the crypto starter kit. Coinbase, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. That's all you need to do. Yep. That's your starter kit.
Exactly. Yep.
All that other stuff is pretty complex to get them over to. Citrix and.
Oh yeah. The average person, forget it. That's why, and I was this kind of goes along with the question I was going to ask you. Do you do like local Bitcoin or yourself?
No, I've never used it. No.
Like not use it, but for clients and whatnot. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Like basically selling Bitcoin on the street. You know what I mean? Because not everybody is tech savvy enough, but they may have just recently started hearing about Bitcoin or have heard about it for a while and now see how good it's doing and want to get in. And there's just a lot of people in this day and age when computers run the world. There's a lot of people who just are not tech savvy people. Other than type out a letter, they don't know how to do anything. So they may want to get some skin in the game and don't know how. So I was really thinking about maybe getting involved with that because I do have some people that I advise and that I help them invest into different things. Nothing crazy, but there's a couple that's kind of getting more and more popular. I think in the coming months, there's going to be people lined up to want to buy Bitcoin who maybe don't know how or don't want to do it themselves online. I think that, it's already happening. Bitcoin is, to an extent, becoming a household name. It's talked about on CNBC. CNBC, it's funny because CNBC Africa, they have an actual crypto show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. They have a show that's dedicated to cryptos on CNBC Africa. And I don't know how, I just, how, I think you've talked about it before, you fall asleep with YouTube on and then you wake up to some, that's how I found out. So, because I do the same thing. I noticed you talked about it with Mike, in the interview with Mike. I don't have cable either. I just have Chromecast like you do and internet. And, we stream to the TVs.
I just got a bunch of Chromecast doggles all around the house, bro.
Yep.
That's all I got. So.
Me too. Yep.
Yeah. I didn't know that about CNBC. I didn't even know there was a CNBC Africa. I just knew.
I didn't either.
Had CNBC World and then CNBC.
Yeah, I didn't know either. It was it's based out of South Africa, but they were interviewing on the show that I saw. They interviewed the head of Civic. What's his name? Vinny, I think. And some other like big name people. So it was a pretty cool show. I did like it, and it wasn't an old episode. It was maybe like a week and a half old when I saw it. So yeah. So that ought to tell you right there. And where the United States is behind when it comes to cryptos.
Man, I'm so sick of us, bro. Like,
oh God.
I'm really starting to see more. Not starting. I've already known, but they, our system it's an illusion of freedom. Here.
Yep.
And we'll see the hand being played more and more as crypto gets more popular. You'll see the true intentions of the U.S. government.
Yeah.
In holding its residents back.
Yeah. I know we probably heard about it. There's a bill that's in right now. It hasn't been passed, but it's to protect crypto assets. So, that's a good thing. That's a step in the right direction. And I hope they can get it passed, and maybe that will, set like a precedent for, for that.
I hope so. I don't have any faith in it, but of
I don't
course
either.
I hope it does. But I
Yeah,
guess why they would pass that.
it's wishful thinking, but you know, it's a small step in the right direction anyway, because our government, when it comes to cryptos, when it comes to anything, is so tyrannical. It really is. They want to tax the hell out of you. They want full control. And I mean, like you said, it's an illusion of freedom. Jeff Berwick talks about it a lot. It's like,
and that's more dangerous than being enslaved.
Right.
Because at least I know if I'm a slave, I know I'm a slave. That's what it is, whatever, right? But if I have the illusion that I'm free, but they actually still control me, my man, oh my God,
oh my, OMG,
OMG.
Yeah, it's like I said it before. It's like Stockholm syndrome. So,
yep.
But I think people are starting to wake up. Whether there's just so much going on in the world, but in the United States, that people are starting to wake up now. I don't know. I don't want to get off into this whole thing, but I think it's going to come a point where enough people are going to say enough's enough, and I won't get into my conspiracy theories, but
but I mean, I feel like the majority of the United States citizens are not ready for that revolution.
Right.
Nowhere near. We're still under the guise of freedom. Like, too many of us think we're free.
Yeah.
And so until that happens, I don't see it until that mind frame changes. I don't see that happening, bro. I just really don't.
Yeah.
And really, that's what guns, as far as bearing arms in the Constitution, it really wasn't to protect myself from some hood dude or an invader or something like that in my home. It was more so against the government.
Yep. Try telling liberals that. I've heard that. I've heard that argument. Oh no, that's not what it was for. Yeah, but it's clearly written.
It clearly states it.
It clearly states it. So.
Clearly states it. So.
Yep, that's I'm a big Second Amendment supporter. Anybody who knows me knows that.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Gotta protect yourself from any instance, any actuality or scenario. So I want to bring up real quick. I don't know if you looked too much into it. Let me bring it up on the. It's Commodity Ad Network. This is an ICO that's going on right now, and and I know there's AdX that's out right now, and this seems like it's a little different, and this really stuck out to me. So I think the pre-sale started right now, and this is what stuck out to me about it. I'll read you a couple little excerpts from it.
Okay, yeah, because I couldn't figure out. I went to their site and looked at it, and then I heard Jay Snip talk about it this morning.
Yeah,
but he didn't go into detail about it. So yeah, let me hear what's going on with them.
Okay, this is how do content creators benefit. First, this is just a small part, halfway down or whatever, but the first 300 content creators who sign a binding agreement with Commodity Ad Network will receive a sign-up bonus worth of $1,000 paid out in ethers. Each content creator who signs a binding agreement also receives a minimum monthly revenue target. According to our calculations, the minimum monthly revenue target should be at least twice as much as a content creator currently receives from the largest ad networks. This revenue can never be lower, only higher after additional revenue comes in from newly signed advertisers. Content creators are also able to promote their own websites within the network, preferential half-off prices, thus utilizing the network effect and bringing more traffic to their websites. Here is a non-exhaustive list of content creator niches that would be an extremely good fit for this network. Precious metals research, precious metals analysis, oil and energy research, oil and energy analysis, Forex and financial commentary, chartists, preppers, authors outspoken against TPTB, alternative news media. So this seems like this is like a straight up answer to the Google adpocalypse. You know, that's what I like about it. And there's just other things too. It just seems like a really good company. I'm gonna read more into it and check out the white paper, but I really think I'm going to get involved in it. You know, because anybody who knows that around November, Google just started cutting advertising from everybody.
Oh yeah.
You know, if they didn't like what you said, you spoke out against the grain, or you spoke out anyway. If you know, and now their algorithm is such that, you know, if you say something in your video, it will, you know, and it could be as simple as something as simple as, if you say Trump's name in a video and you don't even put it in the title, you say Trump, or say something positive about Trump, for example, they'll demonetize your video. It doesn't even have to be in the title or the description. It could just be you saying it in the video, and it will automatically flag your video for demonetization.
Yeah, they've been doing that a lot with my videos, saying, you know, I get the yellow dollar sign. It'll say this video is may not be shown, or, you know, advertiser friendly.
Yeah,
it's unfortunate, man.
Yeah, as you might know, my channel when I started it was more geared toward like Truth Media, and then at the same time though I was getting into cryptos, and that's kind of where the focus shifted. So I got my whole channel got fully demonetized right off the bat. Like, I can't even add ads to my stuff, and it's because I had a website that went along with it that I'm going to relaunch very soon, but it was hooked up to the same AdSense account, and basically my content didn't jive with their advertising, so they cut advertising from my website fully. Right. And because my YouTube account was tied to the same AdSense account, they demonetized my whole YouTube as well, and I can't even fight it. There's no recourse, nothing. So this CDX ICO seems like, you know, this might be the answer.
In your scenario, for sure. For all of us, no doubt, but for sure for you.
Yeah. And it really, you know, it that stuck out. I saw an interview yesterday about it, and that's what stuck out to me. And, you know, so I think I'm going to pull the trigger on that. I did have ADX. I had a position ADX, and I sold it. Of course, I could have made a lot more if I held it. But, you know, I don't know enough about ADX because I just know that it was in Cliff's report. Cliff talked about it. He gave it the thumbs up. So I had got some. And, you know, so I don't know how the two differ exactly. I know Bix has talked about it quite a few times, but yeah, I mean, you know, it seems like, you know, people, everybody basically has been kind of calling for a solution to Google. And then recently we had DTube, and you did a video about that. And you know, and now this, and it seems like, you know, the blockchain to the rescue, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Google, I don't know what Google's gonna do. because it's going to quickly shift to decentralized platforms.
Yep. They're gonna be. I'm hoping they're going to become yesterday's news, you know? I mean, well, they're never going to go out. They're never going to be gone. But I don't think they're going to have as much of a monopoly on the internet.
No, not at all. Not at all.
So,
not at all.
Like Bix Weir says... It's going
to be a battle between the big tech giants and what cryptocurrencies and decentralization does to them, because it's a threat to them. Mm-hmm. Cryptocurrency is a threat to central banks. Cryptocurrencies are a threat to government. I mean, it's just like all around, bro. Like, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Like Bix Weir says, it's a truth machine. He likes to use that. And yeah, man, I'm just every day I'm more excited. You know, like I said before, Cliff High says we're innovators, and we are. You know, to be in on this, it's such exciting times. You know, I was too young to be investing. during the the .com boom, but this is like the second chance for anybody who missed it. And it's we talk about Google. At one point, Google stock was very cheap before that company became what it is today, as tyrannical as they are. So people who held Google stock and got it early on did really, really well for themselves. And we have the Googles and the eBays and the Yahoos of today on the blockchain with these tokens. And like you talked about it before and other people talked about it, there's going to be a huge wealth shift. And
absolutely.
And it's crazy, man. It's crazy, and it's starting to happen. It's really starting to roll out and happen, and it's just gonna pick up steam.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's we're fortunate to be in at the time we're in. Even though you just got in. Yeah. You're still definitely in the beginnings of it. So count yourself definitely a fortunate one. And I'll see you at the top, bro.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, cut the video off and cut the interview off, and I thank you for doing it. So I gotta get out and do some stuff with the kids. So, but we'll talk next time. Tell everybody where they can find your content.
I am on Steam It, guys. I'm on Instagram and Twitter. On Steam It, it's CryptoBlood, and on Instagram it's CryptoBlood. Now on Twitter it is CryptoBlood _. So definitely follow me, send me messages, whatever. Would love to see that, and also on YouTube at CryptoBlood as well. Last but not least, Webbot chat room. You guys come join me in and my man TruthBlitz in there. We got Mike B in there. We got a lot of people in there. So we have great conversations, and I would love to see you guys in there.
Yeah, it's a good time, guys. Like I said, I go in the room sometimes. I was in there last night for a while. I had a blast. A lot of really cool people in there. So definitely, guys, check it out. And hit like and subscribe, and follow me on Steam as well at TruthBlitz, and Twitter at TruthBlitz Media. And I'll talk to you guys later.
It's your boy,
all right, bro.
I'm out.
Later, bro.